said the quiet part out loud, huh? Heard about this. People, you gotta read your labels. You gotta read your labels. You know, after, my mom got sick years ago, I started to really look into the human body and health and understanding it. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave it up to your doctors. You can't leave it up to, the experts. You need to learn your body yourself and know what you should put into it and what you shouldn't put into it. A lot of people just take for granted, oh, yeah, companies put out safe things so we can... not all the time. Not all the time. So, let's check this out. Why did that happen? Let's try that one more time.
We are following a messy situation for the Campbell Soup Company today after a former employee filed a lawsuit against the company and then released audio his lawyers say he recorded during a meeting with executives. Let's go to CBS News correspondent Shanelle Kaul, who's live in our newsroom.
That's why it was released.
What do we know about this lawsuit?
So, Liz, this lawsuit, we understand, was launched by a person by the name of Robert Garza. Now, Garza was hired as a cybersecurity analyst for Campbell's back in September of 2024. And, Liz, 2 months after he was hired, he says he had a meeting with an executive named Martin Bally to discuss his salary. Now, during that meeting, he is now alleging that Bally made several disparaging comments about Indian workers and also said that Campbell's is, quote, highly processed food for poor people. Now, CBS News did get a copy of that recorded phone call. Garza's attorney is saying that this was secret.
I read that a while ago. I forgot what book that I read it in, but I had basically read that the wealthy people that run the country and sell you the food don't eat the food that they sell you because they know what's in it and they know what it can do to you.
Really recorded. So take a listen to part of that conversation.
I don't buy it's healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer, do you?
Garza says that he told his manager about that phone call a couple of months later in January of 2025, and then
you want to eat your food as close to nature as possible, folks. And for the motorheads out there, everybody knows a motorhead, everybody knows a gearhead, a guy that could take a car apart and put it back together. He knows it better than the damn dealership knows it. That's how you got to think about your body. You have to just know it so well. I'll never forget an ex-girlfriend, his mother who had a fatty liver. And I told her, I said, tell her to take this particular liver cleanse. You can buy it on Amazon. I don't know if they sell it anymore, but it's called the Cleaner. So she took it for a couple of weeks. And when she finally went back to her doctor for a checkup, the fatty liver was gone. It's gone. And the doctor asked her, well, what'd you do? And she said, I took a liver cleanse. And the doctor said, without missing a beat, what's a liver cleanse? See, the experts don't always know every avenue to tackle something by. Okay? Listen, just the book that set me on my path was Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About. Okay? The two books that changed my life and really set me on a different path. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That was financially. And health-wise, physically, was that one. Okay? Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About. And he told dude he couldn't write books for like 3 years or something like that after he wrote it.
that he wasn't encouraged to take that information to HR. Now, just 3 weeks after that conversation, Garza was told that he was abruptly terminated from employment. So Campbell's released a statement on this. I'll read you part of what they say. They say, "We are proud of the food we make, the people who make it, and the high quality ingredients we use.
Sure.
The comments heard on the recording about our food are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd. We use 100% real chicken in our soups. The chicken meat comes from long-trusted, USDA-approved U.S. suppliers and meets our high-quality standards. All of our soups are made with no antibiotics ever chicken meat, and any claims to the contrary, they say, are completely false."
Now, anyone that's really into health and understands how to read an ingredients list would laugh at this right now. Because you see what I'm saying? The people that know right now, they'll probably comment like, yeah, but to the people that don't understand ingredients lists, they'll just hear that and maybe believe it, maybe not, but they don't get it. Like, people don't truly understand what these ingredients are in their foods and what they do to you.
The company is also saying, Liz, that Valley is on temporary leave while the company now conducts its own investigation. But this isn't the only legal trouble that Campbell's is now facing. I want to show you what's on my screen here. This is a social media post from Florida's Attorney General saying this: "Florida law bans lab-grown meat. Our Consumer Protection Division is launching an investigation and will demand answers from Campbell's." So the state is now saying it's going to be looking into this company. So it's not just this one lawsuit. The state also now launching its own investigation.
Shanelle Kaul, thank you so much.
Boy, good. Well, their own executives don't trust the damn food. Okay? They're privy to knowledge that other people don't even have about the food. Like, come on. Like, I remember reading this one thing. It was talking about how McDonald's calls people that visit McDonald's more than twice a week heavy users. And the book I was reading was like, that's terminology that they actually use for drug addicts. Did you know that? Heavy users? Stuff in the food makes you addicted. That's why I don't completely blame people that, become sick, fat, overweight, have certain things happen to them, because the way you're conditioned when you're growing up is that these companies do have your best interest in mind. However, once you figure out that they don't always, okay, because some I think do, but they don't always. Not all companies do. It's your job to do your own due diligence and understand what you're putting in your body or on your body. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be like that. You have to. There's so many diseases that are preventable. So many that are preventable. And a lot of diseases are nutrition related. Like, there's a doctor, I keep forgetting his name, but he used to be a veterinarian. And when he was a veterinarian, he had realized at one point, he said, every single disease that animals have, we've cured through nutrition. Boom! What if we do that with human? Yeah. So a lot of things are nutrition related. If you have the proper nutrition, your body gets what it needs to fight off the beginnings of whatever problem you were even going to get. You know what I mean? And you have to be eating the right food, and and it gets a little deeper, but Anyway, post comments down below. Let me know what you think. Do you eat Campbell's soup? 10 million subscribers. Woo!